Alright, this morning I'm going to take this valve off because I want to change the O-rings, but I also want to check the valve itself because there was a little bit of debris on the compressor solenoid valve. Not a lot, but I'm checking everything and changing all the O-rings anyway. So let's get started. Let me move this out of the way. That's the oxygen sensor, and this is going to be a Torx 45 or T45 here. System is discharged, so I'm not gonna worry about that because there's nothing in it. So let me see if I can get this without too much problem. I like the sound of that. Well, it's coming out, so that's a good thing. It's kind of tight. Let me use the other one. So the hose on the top kind of gets in the way, but you can't move it. Just gotta be very careful with it because that part on the top is plastic, and we don't want to break anything. Okay. The top hose, I think it was a big hose on the compressor, was pretty tight because the guide pin was pretty corroded, so I had to go back in there with the after I managed to get it out, I had to go in there with the sandpaper, sand that away a little bit and put more WD-40 on it, and then I was able to put the hose back nice and smoothly without any problem. So that's where we are. So obviously this has never been taken out, and that's why I wanted to do that, because I also have the new valve just in case. I did put the new solenoid on the compressor because the other one was really stuck in there, even though it looked like it's working, but I just went ahead and changed it anyways. Tight. Camera since it's in my way. That's the best view I can give you. I think I got that loose. So it looks like, yep. So a little crack there. Let me put some WD-40 on it. things are pretty dry. Alright, so that's that. There's 2 more screws here. Alright. Let's see. Look like 25. Let's see. Yep. Try the next one up. Just make sure do not want to round those off. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yet. That one, it's not rusted through, so that's good. You know, this would be a pretty easy job, only if this hose wasn't in the way. Well, it's not too bad, but still. Hose is really something else. Off. See if we can get this out. So it definitely helps to have the new one available so you know what you're looking at. So it looks like there may be an O-ring here, here, and the 2 front ones. So let's see how far is this in there. Like that. So it's like halfway, and it'll be easier to change the O-rings after I take it out, obviously. But let's see what we got. This is gonna be fun. Trying to take this out. Okay. Let's try this. Prying back. Okay. I guess this thing in there. Well, Actually, let me see something. I can see that it's fine from here. I may not even have to take it out. Looks pretty clean. So, yeah, we're already here, so let us go all the way and figure it out. Let's see if we can keep praying on this. Prying, not praying. Well, we'll pray it wouldn't hurt. Come on, you. I can move this thing. It's rubber. Okay, it's got a top and a bottom. Top and a bottom. Oh, can't get a hold of it. So, well, try this. Without messing too much. This puppy. There we go. Got it. Okay, good. I just needed to move it. There we go. It's stuck. Now look at that. So far it's clean. There's a little bit of what do you call it? Rust in here. That's what was kind of stuck. But overall, it's not too bad. Let me see. We got this. Yep. Okay, here we go. Vallejo VWAG index 1K1 820 103. That's a part number made in, who knows? It's all gone. Let me compare it to the new one. The good thing is that it doesn't look like there's any debris in there. So far we're looking good. The only thing I need to do, what I'm going to do is clean this up a little bit. If I can. That's as good as we're gonna get. But let me get another angle here. You can see a little bit of rust, but this is all rubber. So you have an O-ring here, an O-ring on the top, and the two hoses. So we're gonna change those. Find them. This is why I'm taking it all out, because I want to make sure everything is okay. Not nothing's gonna get stuck in there. Back of the hoses. Let's see what we got here. Make sure clean. Completely dry on that one. And this one too. It's all nice and clean. Alright, good deal. That's what we want to see. So this kit that I bought, let me see, that's the part number on it. This is supposed to be a kit for this car, so I should have all the O-rings I need right here. Some of them are bigger than others, so you have to make sure you get the right one. I hate this carpet thingy right in the back here. Getting right in my face. So that one, oh wow, that's not totally dry, but they're pretty much flattened out. So let's get that. We'll get the oil. So this is the oil I got, and what I do is just I pour a little bit on the cap and just put the O-ring in there and put them back. So here are the old O-ring and the new one. I just go ahead and put them on top of each other, and you can kind of tell which one it is. And then just throw it in the cap. Sorry, can't see it there, but there you go. Get oil in it, and then lift it up if it doesn't get stuck like it is now. Now we're gonna get any oil in there. Whatever you do, don't drop it, because that's gonna suck. Alright, let me get my other hand in here. And the top, the bottom one, it's a little smaller, so that's why you want to do one at a time. These are easy to take out because they're just on the tube, from what I can see. Yep, that's what it is. So actually it's not too bad. So this one's smaller. We're gonna do the same right there. Let me clean that up just to make sure. Alright. done, let's get these hoses. Where's this one? There it is. This one. One thing you want to make sure is that you don't rip them while you're taking them off, in case you don't have the right one. So I'm actually testing that one out. It's a little too big. Not only that, but this ones are thicker. I don't like the fit on this one for the top one. It's just not fitting right. So I'm blowing on the bottom here to see if air comes out. It does on both the old and the new one, just to compare it. I should put some oil in here to make it easier. Which makes sense. Alright, now let's try this. For starters, it helps to put it back the way it came out. I was putting it backward. So let's try that. That's pretty much it, I think. Okay. ready to put some more W40 right before I put them in. Yeah. Not sure what I'm gonna do about this O-ring, because the one from here seems a little smaller. This one I think I might have. Let's see. Alright, so let's see if I can show this. These are the new one is this one and the old one's this one. As you can see, the old one's a lot thicker and the other ones I used were a lot thicker too. So I'm gonna leave these on here because this just seems too thin. Everything else has been pretty thick, but I ran out of those. I don't know what happened. I mean, I use them on the other ones, so I either use them wrong or I don't know, but they kind of match what I had. So this is the only two that these are the only two, I mean, that are too small, so I'm just gonna leave them alone. Can't say I didn't try, but hopefully it's not gonna be too bad since it's easier to access here anyways for the most part. So let me put this back. We'll see what happens. No luck. I thought I had some with the gauge set that I bought. It came with some other O-rings and stuff, and valves for the shredder valves, I think. But yeah, these are different. So no, we're gonna stick with that. Also, just getting a bigger cap since it's kind of hard to get this one out. Come on out. Okay, one more O-ring, Mr. O-ring. Just need you. One more. And then we're good. Let's put this back on here. And here we are. Put some oil. Since these things are pretty dry, definitely want to get some oil in there. There we go. Okay. Put the bottom one first, since I can't see it. Put the other one on there. Okay. Now let's hope that works. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty snug. This one, not so much. This one's good. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't. Let's get it. Never mind. No, I'm not crazy about the way this fits, so let me try the other one. Just try it. Is booger, so let me see if I can fix it. I think it might be a 6mm. I think I have it. Okay, don't have a tap, but I did find a nut to use on it, so I'm going to do that to fix the thread. Alright, you can find a harder nut than the bolt to fix the thread. Now, I don't ruin that, and that's the reason it came out really hard, because of the thread. So unfortunately I don't have the tap set I can use, but at least now we're good. I know I'm not gonna screw that up, or at least the thread from the aluminum block there. Now it goes in pretty good, which is nice. Just do like a million turns. Oh, that little space you got. Yeah, that's uncomfortable, but it's done for the most part. Snug, and that's all we need. This one needs to be tighter. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Deal. Let's just hope those O-rings hold up. I think they were holding, but I don't know. Alright, valve. It's new. New O-rings inside. The other end of the hoses have new O-rings as well, so new condenser, new expansion valve, and new solenoid valve on the what do you call it, the compressor. And so the last thing I have is the O-rings on the valves here. I'll show you I don't have any air. So obviously there's nothing, as you can see. So this would be a good time to check the O-rings on here. So I'm gonna put this on top. And hope I can get this. Do I even want to touch them? Not really, but when the system doesn't have anything, it's probably the best time to do it. Since I changed the O-rings everywhere else. Two things. You can check the valves, O-rings, and see what size they are as well, since I have some right here. And let's see if we got the right tool for these. So we have this one, edge, doesn't fit, it's a big one. Hey, the big one fits, the small one fits, and where does that fit? There. Okay, that doesn't fit there. Does this one fit? Okay. This one fits the big one. Okay, not gonna fit. Well, that doesn't fit there. Let's double check. Yeah, nothing there. Alright, let's start with this one here, since that's the one that works. And then I do have another tool here that I bought separate, so let's see, is this gonna work on this one? Not quite. So it looks like the big one is the one that works on both. Yep. Yep. Okay, well, the big one works on both. Small one, nope. Yep. Ah, there we go. See, learn something new every day. So the big one is for the R134. I'm assuming the small one is for R12. I'm guessing they're a little smaller. I don't know. I haven't messed with that yet or touched that. So let's go ahead and take these out. Let me see how tight they are. Oh, this is super tight. What the hell? There's no way I can even turn it. Let's see this one. Oh man, those started. Wow. There's no way I can even turn it. These things are so tight, it's not even funny. Ooh. I don't think they're supposed to be that tight. Well, two things, I guess. I'm not gonna check that. Well, that's a problem, because if you ever have to change it while the system is charged and is this tight, oh, that's gonna be a problem. Gonna have to discharge it and find a different tool. Come on. Nope, can't turn it. And this is the only tools that can do it. So yeah, that's super tight. It's not good. Well, monkey work on this thing. Oh damn. I know they have some tools you can do them while it's charged, but it's been so tight, you're not gonna get that out. Oh, this one worked. Okay, we got one. Okay, so you can definitely screw it all the way out. Let me take you closer here, because this is my first time doing one too. So it comes all the way out. Let me show you the side here, and then it goes up like that. There we got it too. All right, we're good. I think. So this is purple. Let's see what we got here. There's definitely a different valve. That is not the correct one for that one. And it comes with a bunch of those. It is pretty dry though, so I don't mind putting some oil in it. See what we got on this bag. That's a purple. I don't have those. Let's see. Let's see the size on this. So this looks like on the threads, look at 7.8, on the bottom 6.5. Okay, let's do the thread. So that's a 7.7 millimeters. 7.8. This is a 5.82. Okay, they're definitely different, so we are not going to use that. There you go, there's something there every day. So let me get some oil on this one here and put it back, because nothing much more I can do. But at least now I know how those go in there or come out. Alright. So we're going to tighten it up by hand, or screw it in by hand first. Guess not. So screw it in like anything else. Nice and snug. That's pretty much all you can do right there. Don't need to go crazy on it. Let's get this one so we can get some oil in it if I can. Let's try to give it a little help. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty tight. And the reason why I take it out is because I do want to put oil in it, because it's pretty dry and it was too tight. So if we want to change it later on, it should be easier now. Okay, this one doesn't come out all the way for some weird reason. looks good. Get some oil in it and put it back. Even though this is longer, I like this one because of the knurling. It's easier to hold. This one kind of feels slippery, almost. All right. So that's pretty much the seals replacement. On these I don't have them, so I have to reuse them. As you can see, they were pretty dry, and those two we'll keep an eye on because I didn't get those two either, so for some reason that bag just I didn't have enough. I used, let me see, 2, 4, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4